There are no leading indicators in sports. There are only indicators like how many runs you have scored, how many wickets you have taken, but it's nothing, what can you do to perform better? This was the aha moment. He said that can we make equipment talk? Like all of you have been brought up in India, you've heard the commentators talk, let the bat do the talking. He said, can we make the bat actually talk to the players and coaches? That was the moment we started. You see this product here? This was the first product put for consumers. You swish and it switches on. You play with a Velcro, put it on bat and you play. Austrian Cricket Board has been a customer. Rajasthan Royals have been a customer. 18,000 different players at different levels, geographies, age, sex. Have been playing with it. But one thing which came to us that, this is great, it can be used by multiple players, multiple bats. But you know what? I want my bat to really talk. Just my bat. He said, fine, that's a good problem to have. And what I'm going to show you, this is the first peek of it, is a product, this. And it says, the thin line between good and great batting. Str8bat. As we open this, what we have done, some of you have already tried with it. I'm going to open this up to you. It says your moment under the lights begins now, where dedication meets determination. Behind every six is data. Every champion starts in the shadows. Switch on, put it like a bat sticker on behind the bat, stage a personal device, you play with it, and you know what? You charge the bat. The bat actually talks while being charged. Right? This is what we call innovation, designed, developed in India. A very, very hard problem, validated by the world's best, made for the world. Yeah? Now you'll ask, what does it do with it? Right? And I will request Nav here to show you how it works. So imagine you're holding this bat in a plane, right? And you played a good match, right? You come back to the dressing room, and by a click, actually by nothing, just proximity, the data gets transferred onto the mobile. You versus world average versus the professionals. Where are we? 93 kmph. It's probably in the 70th percentile of the 130, 140 when you're playing in these. Yeah. So this is what it takes for you to get there. This is A, this is B, this is distance you have to travel. Yeah. And what you're doing like a pro, what are the metrics for like a pro, and what probably can improve. So really, really detailed analytics for every player. I'll just finish it off with a couple of people asked me, what will player do with this? And the answer is, what you cannot measure, you cannot improve. Kiran sir told me, player's best coach is the player himself and then his coach. And the player can coach himself when he understands his or her game better. This is the tool for understanding your game better. Yeah. Thank you.
What would your go-to-market strategy be for a country like USA, which is still in what I call in the Columbus stage of cricket discovery? What would it be like for you guys?
All right. So firstly, we take a lot of pride in saying that Str8bat has been designed and developed in India, validated by the best in the world, and it's built for users across levels globally, right? That's one. So now, why USA, firstly? So, USA is cricket's fastest growing market. We all know that, right? Now, with the LA Olympics and 28 cricket being involved, that's another big factor. MLCs growing in popularity leaps and bounds. That's another factor. The growth is being driven by primarily the Indian diaspora and the South Asian diaspora, and that's something that strangely we seem to understand. The other one is also the kind of speed at which the facilities that are opening up in the US, right? So our strategy is very simple. So we got to be present at all layers in the USA. So we've started off with an approach where we're going to have a launch event there. We're going to have the elite of America attending that event. And from there, we're going to trickle this entire announcement downwards. It will be available, this innovation with all its new bells and whistles will be available for even the recreational cricketer down here. So that's our strategy going to the US. And we're very, very glad that we're going at the Columbus stage, as you said, because it's far easier to shape the game when you go at that stage rather than well-established market.
Learn things. How do you feel this is going to impact at the grassroots level?
First of all, good afternoon, guys. Gagan has scored 100, Murdu has scored 100. I'm a tail ender, so I have to score 50 runs. So I can use this technology properly. So, but definitely, this really helps quite a lot. I've been using for the last 2 years. You know, like at my academies, I used with some of with international cricketers also, and I could see the difference. You know, what I saw first time, I had a look first time, I was really shocked. I was not a techno savvy guy. You know, like I was a guy who played cricket in the 80s, you know, and in all coaches they used to always believe that cricket simple theva, asam म्हणतात, you know, Marathi they say. So definitely when I used first time, the guys that come to Baroda, and it was a eye opener for me. As this stuff should be used. And Str8bat was the first people who came to me, and I tried on, and one of the players, don't want to name, I take care of a lot of cricketers, but one of the players had an 80, speed of 80. How to get him on to 90 and 90 to 100, 110, you know. So it's not only about the white ball cricket, it's about the more important is for the red ball cricket. And this technology really helps big time. You know, it's not only the top cricketers, start from the junior cricketers or individual parents to a youngster who want to be on coach by on his own. This technology can be used, put a bowling machine, goes and feed the balls and keeps on hitting the balls and see where the ball is going, where the bat is coming from, where the head position is there, what's the balance, you know, and what's the timing. So what you saw, the Gagan and Madhu spoke about it. Gagan is he's become a batter now, so he will give you all the details, you know. But this has been really the way forward, and people are using it. It's not that people are not using it. When you're talking about Australian Cricket Board, you know, they are using it. And when you see the technology which is coming to cricket, big time, as Gagan said, we're talking about the tracking the ball, you know, Hawkeye and everything has come. And now to the cricket bat, you know, so cricket bat is going to be key for the batters and for the game as well. So technology talking about it has come from the golf, it has come from the baseball, everything it has come from evolved from that, and it has come to the cricket. And Gagan and Madhu has been the pioneers, you know. They put in a lot of hard work, and the person who's going to talk to you more about technology is like the main man, the greatest man, you know, the batter, you know, from Great Chapel, you know, so he'll explain you more. But this has really helped me in my scouting as well, because it gives me a lot of correct things about the player, what he can do, what is the impact, what is the bat speed, how long he can hit, how hard he can hit along the ground, when he's playing the square cut, when he's playing the flick shot, what speed he had, what was the impact, the timing of the ball, everything, all details have been what I get, you know, from the players. So this is a tremendous tool, you know, to be used by a lot of players, and Krishnan used it. He knows what speed he got it, and Shreya also used it. Shreya, I don't know what Shreya's speed was, but and probably Sachin will try it.
I tried it, wasn't great.
So we'll have to improve yours as well. But I think this is definitely going to benefit big time, and this is a way forward. I think it is buzzing around the world, you know. So definitely there are a lot of things in market, and this is one of the best thing we have produced. And we don't need any cameras. A lot of people use cameras, like you see that in the coaching, the people go and do the use. I also used to the cameras, I have to put on camera and go and check everything. Now you go and check on the mobile phone only straight away, and it has become very easy for my players. I don't need to be around there. They can send me all the data, straight away. So it has become very easy for me as to coach them as well.
Okay, Kiran, you've been behind the stumps. You've been behind many careers in life. Now these days you're mentoring your state association. You've done a phenomenal job in Baroda with the way they have come on over the last 5 years. How do you see cricket changing, and how does it excite you? What does the next 5 years look like cricketingly?
I think you saw the test match yesterday, like 7 batters have got hundreds, and we got a result there. But that's what I think the people are, the test cricket way they are playing, and I'm for the test cricket actually. Who said test cricket is died? I don't think so. Test cricket is alive. And he got a great example of last night. I think after 5 days test match and the last half an hour you get a result of test match. It's a great for the cricket, great for the game. Of course we lost the game, but brilliant. I give a lot of credit to Indian cricketers as well. Where they batted, where they bowled in the first inning also, we could have done it better. But Sachin said, of course, way our cricket is going, I think next 5 years, I think this is a phase where the Indian cricket, especially testing, will take some time to settle down. We need to give them that allowance, to settle down and can be one of the best teams in the world cricket in coming years, because we have Bumrah, we have a lot of fast bowlers. There are some youngsters knocking the doors, and people were questioning about India's batting, on this tour. And look at this, we got 5 days on this first test match. So I think for me, it's a fantastic start for India.
Being Greg Chappell, who needs no introduction, a great servant of Australian cricket, did a lot of good work for Indian cricket, never got any recognition for it, got a whole talent pathway around. I'd like to now get the legendary Greg Chappell, who has pioneered the growth of Indian cricket besides Australian cricket, never got the recognition for it here, but his service to Indian cricket will one day be documented. Now I'd like to welcome who I call the legend of legends, Greg Chappell.
This new product, the Elevate, is very exciting. I'm looking forward to using and seeing the results. We've already seen what Str8bat can do. I think Australian cricket has already been involved with the product. Quite a few players have benefited from the product. I think when Kieran introduced me to Guggan 7 or 8 years ago, and I saw Str8bat for the first time, it really got me excited. I saw it straight away as a game changer, particularly as a coach and as a conversation starter between coach and player. I think that was the thing that excited me most. I heard Kieran talking before about previously using videotape. Videotape can tell lies. I think unless you really understand videotape, there can be quite a big gap between what I see and what someone else is seeing, and I think that was one of the problems. Most players are loath to change, and you can sit down as a coach with a player and look at the videotape and see this problem and that problem, but the player wouldn't necessarily see it. But when you sit down with the data doesn't lie. And I think that the beauty of it is that you've now got a conversation, because you can explain to the player the difference between this and that, and why things are working. This is working because you're doing this and this, or it's not working because this is not happening. And I just think it's sensational, and the fact that we've now got to the stage where we've got a smart bat with the sticker on the back of the bat has all this intelligence that it can show the individual, show the coach, and as Kieran said, somebody can coach themselves using the product, or as a coach I can work with a player remotely because they can go away and practice, go away and play. The data comes through and then we can sit down and we can discuss it. So I think this is really exciting. Again, Kieran mentioned that other sports, golf and baseball, are doing this. I'm a keen golfer. TrackMan gives us all the information, all the data that we need, and I think Str8bat can do exactly the same for cricket. So I think it's a very exciting time, and the Elevate product will just take it that much further.
Worked and served the game besides playing it not only in Australia and India, around the world. How do you think players and coaches what do they need to do differently to balance data with instincts?
Yeah, I think that's a good question, Sachin. Instincts still have a very strong and important part to play in the game, and the mental aspects of the game are very important. But confidence can help a great deal in that regard, and I think that if you know why something is working or why something is not working, it can give you a great deal of motivation, both as a player and as a coach. So I think there's always got to be a balance, but the modern cricketer is very much more technologically minded than Kieran and my era. We just went out and played the game, and I mean, when I played the game, there were no coaches. I mean, you had coaches at the club level and at the state level, but at the international level, we coached ourselves and we coached each other. So there was a fair bit of instinct involved, but I think there is a place for data, and therefore the marriage is important. It's up to the coach and the player to make sure they get that balance right.
Thanks, great. Quick question, high pressure environment very early in their cricketing careers. How can tools like the Elevate help them manage their performance more sustainably?
I think they are very smart. Basically, they know how to use the gadgets. That's very important. I'm not very phone savvy, but these young kids nowadays, they are so smart. And what I like about this young generation, especially, they're more fearless.
Yeah.
And they like to try out something different. And they want to. So that's what I believe, that these are the guys who are they're going to use this technology and they're going to make the best out of it. And they are using it. A lot of guys, they very smartly they use it. It's not that they're not using it. So I think it's going to be very beneficial for all the young cricketers, and especially the new Zen Bold. They are the superstars. In making, and they love doing. They, like what I've seen, I observed. Like Greg was also a coach, but nowadays most of the guys, after a batting or bowling, they are straight away going to the video analysis. So here is a tool that just come and check. They can use it anywhere. It's only thing they are not allowed in the matches. And in future, there is a chance that this will be allowed in the matches as well. And especially this tool can be utilized at the junior level cricket. It will definitely benefit immensely to the cricketers to development. What Australian cricket is doing it, we should also look at it like that, mostly of the state levels in India.
Yes, right? A kid, a 12-year-old kid, 13-year-old kid, coming from Andheri, taking a local to Churchgate, to Maidan. The 45 minutes train ride. He looks at an app, analyzes his game, what he did last time, thinks about what he can do differently, goes to the Maidan, then does nothing but just play the game. Right? Comes back again in the same train journey and see whether he could implement what he thought about it. That's the closed loop. Right? And every player deserves an opportunity to get better faster. When you have a closed loop, it instantly helps. So elite or grassroots or recreation, and that's the whole game.
Respected, having helped a lot of people. You guys have been quietly building and are evolving and learning. From your lens, what does it take to create a meaningful tech in sport, and what does that mean to you?
All right. When we talk about adoption, firstly I'll have to mention where we present. Like Greg said, we started off with Cricket Australia. We've got partnerships with Rajasthan Royals. We've got partnerships with the help the Afghanistan national cricket team. We've got partnerships with Malaysia cricket, Nepal cricket, now Sri Lanka cricket, etc. The reason why I'm saying this is because we start top down, right? Imagine this, that in any market you see that this is being adopted at the topmost level. Let's suppose there's a recreational cricketer or a semi-professional cricketer that Gagan talked about, the same kid in the train, right? Is now seeing that players at the highest level have used Str8bat and have gotten better, there are visible results to see. So there's obviously an urge for that player to try and emulate it by himself. So that's why our strategy has been to go to the topmost levels, get validation at the topmost levels, and see it percolate downwards. In all the markets that we've talked about, that I've just talked about, that's exactly how it happened. And that's what we're seeing not just in India, but all the other markets we're entering as well. And we'll be announcing this in the UK as well. That's another market that will see this kind of adoption.
I think yes, the MCC will accept the technology and will pass the technology. Eventually, we'll have smart balls and smart bats in Test cricket. Probably be part of the the commentary team will have access to some of the technology. I have no doubt. The beauty that I have seen with the product is that the players using it, there is almost immediate transfer across to games. One of the first things that we found using it with Cricket Australia was that the guys found that they weren't practicing with the same intensity that they were expecting to play the game. So it changed the way they practiced, and that was a really important part of the early part of the technology. The first thing that I saw from it was that there was a change in the way the players practiced, and there was an instant transfer into games. So I expect that there'll be no problem down the track with the technology being accepted. As far as the test match was concerned, I watched as much of it as I could, being at the wrong end of the day, but it was a terrific test match. Sadly, India didn't finish up on the correct side of the ledger, but there were a lot of good things that they did, not least of all, Shubman Gill had a great start to his career as a test match captain as a player. Maybe the result didn't go the right way, but conditions were probably better for batting on the last day than they were at any other stage in the test match. So he will have learned a lot from that. The Indian think tank will have learned a lot from what happened in the test match that they'll take forward. He will only get better and better as a captain. I think his start was pretty good. Had the team taken a few more catches, and maybe if the tail had wagged a bit stronger in both innings, the result could have been very different. But I think 4 test match to go. Let's wait and see. But I think he made a very good start as captain.
App like this or a gadget like this for fielding, given the way Indians fielded yesterday, then they can do better. But more seriously, my question is about Rishabh Pant. I asked this to Kiran as well. He is turning out to be a kind of phenomenon in world cricket. 2 centuries in the same test has not happened often. So what do you think, and can you say something about the Rishabh Pant phenomenon? Thank you.
Well, I certainly can. What an exciting cricketer, and what a player to have on your team. I didn't see Kieran batting like that in the day. I think he reminded me, when I first saw him, different sort of player, of course, but he reminded me very much of Adam Gilchrist, of the difference that it can make to a team to have a wicketkeeper that can bat at that level and to score runs quickly. The beauty of it is that Rishabh gets his runs at a very fast rate, which gives you time to win cricket matches. But it was a phenomenal performance. Some of the shots that he played probably weren't in the MCC coaching manual when I last looked at it. But he's reinventing the game as a batsman. Modern technology, the bats are very different, obviously, and you can play shots that weren't possible with the old bats. But man, he's exciting to watch. You never quite know what to expect from the first ball. At any stage, he's likely to jump down the wicket to the fast bowlers, or he'll play the falling ramp shot. You never quite know what to expect, so it keeps the opposition on their toes. And you know, he's a match winner and very nearly made the difference in that game.
Thank you.
Will be launched very soon. I showed you this one. This will be priced at 7,999, including 1 year subscription. Right? So the pricing has been so that it can be actually reached out to one and all, right? Who plays regular cricket, right? So it is true democratization. That's the pricing thing.
Okay.
One thing which we didn't mention to you, which is important, is this bat you see in Str8bat, right? SG is one of the best cricket equipment manufacturer.
Okay.
But this is smart bat from the factory. SG and Str8bat has partnered, and the product comes from the factory as a smart bat,
Okay.
right? So we are working with a big brand like SG to give product by birth a smart range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The sensor is embedded in the bat itself. So you just
Okay.
charge the bat and you start playing.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
is going to evolve in the years to come. We already have Str8bat and some other technologies in the market. How do you think technology is going to evolve in the years? And and I asked this question to Gagan and Madhu as well, do you think this can transfer to say bowling and wicket keeping as well, since Kiran sir is also here?
Look, I don't know as much about the technology as Gagan and Madhu do. I'm sure they've got plenty of things in mind. Perhaps what I see from a batting point of view, I see this product, it would be really good to have a smart shoe or smart pads to be able to combine the data from the bat with the data from the body. I think that's probably the next step that I would like to see from a batting point of view. Obviously the smart ball has been developed and is being continually improved. That to me sounds difficult. I mean, I don't know how that can be done, and the ball being hit by the bat, damaging the technology collection. But from a batting point of view, as I say, the marriage between what we now have in the bat with the shoe or the pad, so that we can marry the data on how the body's operating compared with the bat, will enhance the technology in my view.
And his wish is मैं गगन डागा, मैं co-founder and CEO हूँ. Str8bat एक ऐसी टेक्नोलॉजी है जो हर एक प्लेयर irrespective of आप क्या लेवल पे खेल रहे हैं, कहाँ पे खेल रहे हैं और किस समय खेल रहे हैं, आपको हर समय आपको हेल्प करेगा बैटिंग इम्प्रूव करने के लिए. बहुत सिंपल टू यूज़ है. आप स्टिकर लगाइए, बैटिंग करिए जैसे नॉर्मली करते हैं, और आप मैच के बाद जाइए, अपना इंसाइट्स देखिए, एनालाइज करिए, रिकमेंडेशन देखिए और इम्प्रूव करिए. बहुत ही सिंपल टेक्नोलॉजी फॉर एवरीवन प्लेज द गेम.
कितने सालों से आपने स्टार्ट किया, जैसे आपने अभी कहा भी ऑस्ट्रेलिया यूके में भी आप लॉन्च कर रहे हैं, कैसे बहुत द प्रोसेस थोड़ा बहुत.
तो मैं बताता हूँ, हम लोग ये कंपनी शुरू हुई थी 2017 में. क्रिकेट ऑस्ट्रेलिया कस्टमर है, राजस्थान रॉयल्स कस्टमर है. राजस्थान रॉयल्स यूज दिस फॉर टैलेंट डेवलपमेंट भी और टैलेंट स्काउटिंग भी. तो ऑल द प्लेयर्स वहाँ पे ट्रायल्स पे आते हैं और वो Str8bat से खेलते हैं और वो डेटा जाता है उनके ऑप्शन स्ट्रैटेजी के लिए. इंडिया में हम लोग हैं, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में हैं, 18,000 प्लेयर खेल रहे हैं. मधु आप बताइए एक्सपेंशन प्लान.
तो अभी हमने बताया कि कहाँ पे हम ऑलरेडी पार्टनर्ड है.
थैंक यू.
तो इंडिया में हमने ऑलरेडी लॉन्च किया है मल्टीपल चैनल्स के थ्रू, और अभी यूएस में भी हमने किया है. ऑस्ट्रेलिया में हम ऑलरेडी प्रेजेंट है. वहाँ पे क्रिकेट ऑस्ट्रेलिया न सिर्फ हमारे क्लाइंट है और ऑल्सो स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनर है हमारे साथ. अभी यूएस में हम लॉन्च करने जा रहे हैं. हमारा लॉन्च इवेंट होने वाला है अगले हफ्ते यूएस में. उसके अलावा यूके का भी आपको लॉन्च न्यूज़ बहुत जल्दी मिलेगा, और इसके अलावा भी बहुत सारे कॉन्वर्सेशन चल रहे हैं जो आपको मिलेंगे.
एनीथिंग यू वांट टू स्पीक?
आपने देखा होगा एसजी का बैट,
हाँ।
जो स्मार्ट बैट है, ये हमारा एक उनके साथ स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप है एसजी के साथ, जो उनके बैट को फैक्ट्री से ही सेंसर एम्बेड करके आता है ताकि प्लेयर्स स्मार्ट बैट ही खेलें, उनकी बैटिंग इम्प्रूव।
लास्टली जैसे जो बच्चे क्रिकेट में आना चाह रहे हैं या प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, वो लोग कैसे इसे ले सकते हैं, ऐसा उस बारे में अगर थोड़ा बताया, अगर कुछ बताना चाहिए, या फिर सिर्फ क्रिकेटर्स के लिए, प्रोफेशनल क्रिकेटर्स?
आप देख सकते हैं कि ये ना सिर्फ हाई लेवल के लिए, ये हमारे सोसाइटी, हम जो मुंबई में है, हमारे सोसाइटी क्रिकेट भी यूट्यूब पे स्ट्रीम हो जाता है। टेक्नोलॉजी हर जगह से मतलब पहुंच के बॉटम लेवल, टॉप लेवल से बॉटम लेवल तक पहुंच गया, बाकी सारे टेक्नोलॉजीज पहुंच गई है, बट यही एक टेक्नोलॉजी बची थी जो प्लेयर को हेल्प करे, वो टेक्नोलॉजी भी पहुंच चुकी है और ये सबके लिए है और सब यूज कर सकते हैं।
हमारे यंगेस्ट कस्टमर्स 8 साल के हैं, ओल्डेस्ट कस्टमर्स 72 साल के हैं।
ओके, ग्रेट। अच्छा, किरण मोदी सर, ग्रेग चैपल सर के साथ आज ये प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस हुई, कितना इम्पोर्टेंट रहता है ऐसे बड़े लोग जब आपके साथ जुड़ते हैं तो?
देखिए, इनकी बड़प्पन है, ये हमें सपोर्ट किए हैं, लेकिन किरण सर, ग्रेग हैज़ बीन ह्यूज सपोर्टर। वो हमारे पूरे प्रोडक्ट को शेप करते हैं, हमारे कोई भी प्रोडक्ट जाता है वो उनसे इनपुट लेते हैं ताकि वो क्रिकेट के एनसाइक्लोपीडिया। किरण सर अगेन बहुत ही ज़्यादा हमें मदद की है इकोसिस्टम में, कोचिंग में, ये हमारा सपोर्ट 5-6 साल से हमें करते जा रहे हैं। बहुत ही ग्रेटफुल है हम।
थैंक यू सो मच सर, थैंक यू।